Weekend at Twilight's by Twilight Sparkle 3562. As glad as she was for spending time with the one pony that made her life worthwhile, Princess Cadance was glad to be returning home to the Crystal Empire and being around her husband and subjects once again. True, they didn't get to spend the quality time that they wanted, but Cadance enjoyed it nonetheless. It was like she said to Twilight that life in the Crystal Empire had indeed become predictable, and she was looking forward to a nice change of pace in her everyday life. As the royal train arrived back at the Crystal Empire, Cadance walked off and trotted into the hooves of Shiny Armor, who was waiting for her.
"Glad to see you again, Cadance,"
he said, hugging his wife.
"How was your time at Twilight's?"
"I had a great time, Shining Armor," she replied. "You'd be surprised at what we did together." So they started back towards the kingdom, and Shining Armor could see that maybe Cadance was a little too excited to tell him what really happened at Twilight's. To him, he thought that Cadance and Twilight were only going to spend time at the Sarsworld the Bearded exhibit.
"Cadance?"
said Shining Armor suspiciously as they arrived at Cadance's favorite spa.
"It seems that you must have had a really great time at Twilight's. And it just wasn't that Sarsworld of the Bearded exhibit, wasn't it?"
"What do you mean?" asked Cadance as she stepped into the crystal mud bath. "We did spend time there, but we had a third guest join us." Now Shining Armor was growing even more suspicious by the second. Ever since the Changeling invasion, he made it his mission to protect Princess Cadance at all costs. So the thought of a third guest began to cross his mind.
"Who was this third guest?"
he asked, trying to hide his suspicions so as not to spoil Cadance's mood.
"Was it one of her friends?"
"Actually," replied Cadance, "it was Discord."
"Are you referring to that dopey-looking Master of Chaos?" gasped Shining Armor, slightly shocked. "Princess Celestia had always told me that he was trouble. If he did anything to you, I'll—"
"He's changed, Shining Armor," cried Cadance, trying to defend Discord. "He actually gave Twilight and me a chance to have some excitement." Shining Armor quickly calmed down and tried to make sense of what Cadance was talking about. During his tenure as captain of the Royal Guard, he always saw Discord's statue in the Royal Candlelight Gardens and remembered how Princess Celestia had always told him about how he ruled over Equestria by turning it into his own personal playground. But now hearing that Discord giving his wife a chance for excitement was a little questionable in his mind.
"What do you mean by giving you a little excitement?"
asked Shining Armor confusingly. "He tried to fake being sick so that he could test Twilight's friendship with him," explained Cadance. "So he had us fly to the edge of Equestria to retrieve a flower that was supposed to make him feel better. In the end, we ended up facing a Tetzelworm, and he revealed to Twilight that she would go to the ends of Equestria for him." Shining Armor was very surprised at this, and as he joined his wife in the crystal mud bath, he still was totally not convinced of Discord's intentions.
"Of course Twilight thought that Discord would put a damper on her visit,"
said Shining Armor, stepping into the mud bath.
"But I guess that did not happen."
"Actually, Shining Armor," replied Cadance, "ever since we became rulers of the Crystal Empire, life for us has become predictable, and I wanted to kind of break the mold, if you will. I know you have your excitement for training ponies for the Equestria Games, but I never get to do anything exciting, and it's kind of not fair."
"I know how you feel, Cadance," sighed Shining Armor. "I guess we all need to loosen up sometimes, and ever since Queen Chrysalis nearly ruined our wedding, I have always wanted to protect you at all times, and I guess that is starting to get on us a little bit."
The two rulers then looked at each other for a moment, knowing that by Cadance going to Ponyville and getting on this adventure that she was in, it was a chance for her to prove to Shining Armor that she didn't need to be protected at all costs. After all, Cadance and Twilight never really had a chance to go on an adventure together, and after all that Cadance had been through, it seemed that Discord interfering with their visit was a chance for Cadance to show just that.
"So I guess you have managed to prove yourself to me that I don't need to protect you,"
said Shining Armor.
But as long as you enjoyed your time with Twilight, that makes me happy.
Can we invite Discord to the games when they start, Shining Armor? Teased Cadence, and Shining Armor's eyes widened upon hearing that. In his mind, it was bad enough to have Chrysalis ruin their wedding, and that he wanted the Equestria Games to go off without a hitch. I'm teasing, Shining Armor, she chuckled to herself. Although if he does appear, I'm sure you will enjoy meeting him. Shining Armor looked down embarrassingly, and upon hearing that he could possibly meet Discord at the games, if he made an appearance, he could see what Cadence was talking about.
If he is what you say he is, chuckled Shining Armor embarrassingly, then I suppose if you enjoyed his company, then I suppose that I will too.
The two lovers and rulers then shared a chuckle with each other as Shining Armor now realized that the time with Discord had given Cadence a chance to break the mold of her life as ruler of the Crystal Empire and recharge her outlook on life. Of course, Shining Armor could not help wondering if Discord was what Cadence say he truly is. But that's for another story.